Sewell is one that, says like, why do people ask, why is there poverty? Poverty is the natural state of everything. The question you should ask is, why is there ever abundance anywhere? And when you talk about why is something going wrong, and the question should be, why is everything not going wrong? Why is something going right?
Yeah. I mean, much of life is toward entropy. Now, I think you can take that a little too fatalistic sometimes. I think what Sowell's saying is absolutely right, but I think that there is a way. Conservatism can lean towards a very depressive pessimism, and that's not necessarily good. I think I think it's important, and I'm a natural pessimist. That's just who I am, so I have to fight against that. I think it's necessary. Yuval always talks about you have to maintain hope, that hope is not pessimism or optimism. It's not just expecting things to go well or not well. It's a recognition that we have agency and we have some role in the outcome of the future. Maybe very small, but we do have reason to work towards something better. And you can maintain a relatively pessimistic attitude, but still be a very hopeful person. You can recognize there's a lot wrong in this world and still work towards a better world and genuinely desire and hope that would come to fruition.
You talked about agency, and I feel like with the woke left and a lot of the populist right, a lot of it is denying people agency. It's saying, everything about your life is due to forces outside of your control. You kind of create that narrative. And one of the things I don't think we've talked as much about, here today is conservatism's push for personal responsibility, which is, basically like a 4-letter word in a lot of academia and in a lot of society too. It's considered victim blaming, but I think this concept of personal responsibility is really a way to empower people when you look at the flip side of it. What do you think of that?
I think that's true. I think, much like I was saying earlier, I think it's one of those things that any idea in totality, maybe not any idea, but many ideas in totality can be dangerous. You can take that too far, and there are people who do, but it's rare. Most of the time, or maybe put it this way, the moment we live in is one that tries its best to dampen personal responsibility and explain things through either collective action or spiritual forces outside of our control, or maybe even psychological disorders. And it's hard because we know some of those things to be true. And presumably in your field of study, you would know this so much better than I would, that there are times when people suffer from certain mental maladies, say, that maybe one could legit question to what degree are they able to see past these things. I thank God I feel my heart goes out to those individuals who are genuinely crazy. And I don't mean that in a pejorative sense, but who see things and to them, they think it to be true. So we have limits, I think, to our responsibilities and as far as we can go. But I think to me what that means is not so much we don't lean on personal responsibility. Rather, it means we need an attitude of humility, that we have limited capacity to better ourselves.